All right, this is it. My name's Jeff K, and you're listening to episode 242 of the world-famous West Virginia Surf Report podcast.
Hello, world.
Not sure when you're going to be hearing this, not sure when you'll be listening to this, but it's probably going to be after Christmas. If it's not, if it's before Christmas, then I hope you have a fine holiday and all that. I hope everything goes the way you want it to go. And I hope everybody's happy and everybody's safe and everybody's healthy and everybody's all that. You know, the romantic vision of how you want this Christmas to go, I hope it actually happens in real life. If you're hearing it after, then congratulations. Congratulations for getting that thing in the rear view mirror, man. Woo-hoo! We made it. Hell yeah. I don't know. I don't like it anymore. I told you last time. I think I went off on a tangent about this last time. Christmas used to be when I was a kid. Of course, it was exciting as shit. Even in like when Tony and I were dating and all that, it was fun. And then when the kids were young, it was fun. And then at some point, it became no fun anymore. I don't know when that happened, but it's not something I enjoy. It's full of it's a giant obligation stacked upon other obligations, stacked upon additional obligations. I've already got a lot of obligations. I don't need more. There's a load of guilt involved in it. I always feel like I could have done more, I should have done more, probably should have done more. So it's something I want to work through. I want to get past it. You get past it, and it's like a weight lifted, you know? If you can get past it without somebody being like offended, super offended, and pissed off at you for life, it's a victory. Maybe I think I'm getting a little bit too carried away with this, but I don't know. It's just, I don't like it, you know? Anyway. So hopefully you're hearing this and it's in the rear view. All right. Then after you get past Christmas, New Year's is fine. You know, I don't do anything on New Year's. I've never in my life gone out on a New Year's and on New Year's Eve and wore a novelty hat or anything like that. You know, used noise makers. Any of this, this is not something I'm familiar with. But, you know, it's fine. New Year's Eve's fun. You know, it used to be back in the old days. That was the end of bourbon season. Back, you know, in the old days, back when the Surf Report was kicking, the old website. Well, the current website, back when it was really popular. We had the bourbon season. You know, it started on Halloween night and extended through New Year's Eve. So that was bourbon season. That was the chunk of time, you know, when you drink bourbon. I don't like that. I don't drink liquor at all. I don't like liquor. I don't know. I used to like a little bourbon here and there in the wintertime, you know, or in winter. Why do you say winter time? Doesn't make any sense. But in the winter, I used to like, I wash my hands completely. Not a fan of liquor. Is that controversial? Anyway, what are we talking about? But anyway, so New Year's Eve's good. Basically we just end up watching like the Twilight Zone. You know, I think that's pretty much what New Year's Eve has turned into now. The Twilight Zone marathon. You know. Now that old, what's his name, Dick Clark, has passed on. It's not the same. You know, you can watch that Rockin' Eve, New Year's Rockin' Eve. I have no idea who any of these artists are. They're all obnoxious, and it sounds horrible, and it sucks. I watch that. I look at that thing where all those people are packed into Times Square. And it's like I can't imagine doing something like that. You know. I mean, where do you go to the bathroom? What do you wear, like a catheter or something? I mean, you get stuck in the middle of that mess. I mean, that's just no way. But anyway, hope you guys are doing well. Speaking of giant crowds, I know some guy I know is going to a gigantic rave. I said, are you, what in the hell? I was incredulous. I said, what are you going to have, like a pacifier, have glow sticks and all this stuff? He goes, I don't know, maybe. I said, what the? He goes, it's a 2-day rave. 2-day. Well, you stay there how does this work? No way. I mean, that is like 180 degrees. I mean, that is something. You just go in there, it's like a drum machine going, lights flashing. No way. Man, that sounds even worse than that New Year's Eve thing. Good luck, buddy. Anyway, what else? For Christmas we got we ordered the honey baked ham. You familiar with this? You know, it's a company. It's not a kind of ham. It's a company, a corporation, a restaurant, I guess, or something. I don't know. It's not really a restaurant. You can go over there and buy high-end, expensive ass. I mean, we ordered a ham from there. Basically, you need to get like a second mortgage on your house for a ham, for a spiral cut ham. It's not that bad, but it's expensive. It's expensive shit, you know. And we do it at Christmas time. See, why don't I keep adding the time to the Christmas time, noon time, at night time? You don't need to add that time on there. What is wrong with me? I know better. Anyway, at Christmas we order that, and it's expensive. It's shockingly expensive, but man, it is kick-ass good. Woo-hoo! You know what? Tony and I were in Sam's Club the other day, and we were in the meat department, and I was looking at stuff. They have these roasts. They're prime rib beef roasts, right? They're pretty big. They're nothing they're not massive. But they're a good size roast, you know. $178 one of them was. I was like, what in the hell? $178 for a beef roast. Like, that is just... I mean, I can't even imagine. Do people actually buy those? I'd be afraid to cook it. You know, I'd like do something to ruin it, and like $178 for a beef roast. That is crazy. Like, what is going on? I think society is melting down. I think everything's all messed up. There's like nobody wants to work, or it feels like it. I mean, there's no staff anywhere. All these restaurants are closing early or taking days off. Like even the Burger King, the shit Burger King out where I work, they close at 8 o'clock every day because they don't have the staff to be open past 8 p.m. I know, everybody's like, well, you don't need more Burger King. That's beside the point. Don't give me that lecture. I mean, it feels like society, and there's like all these ships stuck out in the middle of the ocean, you know. Nope, you can't get them unloaded. Like everything costs a fortune. Gas is a fortune. $178 beef roasts. What in the hell's going on? Society is like a downward spiral. I don't know. Anyway, let's see what else. What else I have in my notebook here? I haven't shaved. I've been off for multiple days in a row. I have not shaved since the last day I worked. Actually, I don't think I shaved the last day I worked, because I think I was rushing out the door. It was one of those early in situations. I don't think I should. So I haven't shaved in like maybe a week or so. And I look like some kind of a bum. I look like I should be pushing a shopping cart down the road filled with all kinds of stuff, just, you know, like the shopping cart stacked 3 feet above my head. You know, I remember this guy in Charleston when I was a kid. What was his name? Aqualung. They called him Aqualung. He was a legendary street person in Charleston, West Virginia. I remember seeing him one time. He had a shopping cart full of stuff, And he had this thing stacked up. It was way above his head. It was like stacked up. And on top, big old set of like antlers. I don't know, it was like those mounted antlers that people put on their wall. He had a set of antlers on top of this thing. It's like, where the hell did he get that? Man's a legend. Aqualung. I think Steve has like a painting of him or something. I think he did. I think he bought a painting of Aqualung somewhere. Whatever. And then there was this other guy named Lightning. He was another legendary street person in Charleston. Supposedly, there's all these stories. Everybody has these stories. Like Aqualung, supposedly, he was a very successful man, and then his wife left him, and then, he went downward spiral. I don't know if it's true. I have no idea. And then old Lightning, supposedly he was some kind of math genius, and could look at a wall and tell you instantly how many bricks are in that wall. That kind of stuff. Do you think any of this is true? I don't know. But old Lightning, I remember he used to go out in the middle of the street and direct traffic, just on his own, impromptu, Anyway, so I look like I look a little bit like the early days of Aqualung. I mean, he had the big long beard, like those duck guys. What are those duck boys? What are they called? Those guys, the duck deluxe, whatever. Anyway, but it's not like that yet. But it's bum city. I think I'm going to let it ride. I think I got to return to work today. I don't think I'm going to shave. I think I'm just going to go in like this. I'm sure I'll get all kinds of comments. We'll see how it goes. I might do it. I don't know. Tony will be on my ass about it. Speaking of work, I have my laptop plugged in upstairs. I just keep it plugged in and connected, because I'm trying to keep the emails down, right? Because when I'm off for several days in a row, I go back and I'm just an avalanche of email. It takes me an entire shift to get caught up. Sometimes it takes me into the next day, and it sucks. Oh my God, it sucks. So I've been trying here and there. Every once in a while, I'll go in there and I sit down and I just start getting rid of emails. Most of them I don't even need. I'm just copied on everything. So, I have ways, I have methods to get that number down in a semi, abbreviate. I can get rid of 100 in 2 minutes, because I know how to do it. But anyway, I've been trying to keep it under control. I went up there a few minutes ago and looked at it, and it's, even with me deleting stuff here and there, a couple times a day, I'll sit down and I'll start deleting some stuff, and I respond to a few things if I need to. But it's still, right now, when I was just up there a few minutes ago, 851 emails unread. And if I hadn't already worked on it, it'd probably be 1,300 or something like that. It's crazy. It's out of control. It's it just bogs you down. It's so much. I mean, I don't know if you call it red tape, but it's just, it just bogs you down. You can't do anything. If you take time off, mister, you're going to pay the price. You're going to end up paying the price for that when you come back and you have 1,800 emails, and then you got to go, you spend an entire day. If you miss something, then you have your ass handed to you, God. One of the worst parts about taking time off, because it's stressful, when I go back in there, I'm going to spend an entire day, and I've spent an entire day going through my emails and getting it all organized again, getting things under control. If I miss something, it's going to be bad, Anyway, 851 last time I checked. The other day I went to get a haircut, a few days ago. The woman rang it up as a senior haircut. What in the hell? Now, everybody's I told a bunch of people. Of course, I was texting out I took a picture of the receipt, and I was texting it to people. I was like, look at this shit, senior haircut. And almost 100% of the time, people said, don't worry about it, just take the discount. Everybody, including Tony, including Steve, my friend Steve. Just take who cares? Who cares? I care. What the hell is this? Senior? I'm not a senior citizen. God, man. That just, That fires me up, you know. Like, what do you? The thing about it is, whenever somebody under the age of like, I don't know, 30, I don't know, 25, 30, somewhere in that neighborhood, anybody over the age of 45 is just an old, broken down old piece of shit, you know, just an old man or an old lady, whatever, you know. I mean, there's no, if once you pass 45. You're just a piece of shit, you know. Just go out to pasture and just ride it out, you know. We don't need to hear from you anymore, you know. I don't know, and but so I don't know. This girl that cut my hair, she wasn't. I don't know how old she was. And I'll tell you the truth. I mean, it wasn't the greatest haircut I've ever had. I mean, I don't want to disparage, you know. But anyway, you know, she rang it up. Senior haircut. Man, that pissed me off. I was like almost ruined the rest of my day, you know? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. You know what else? Whenever you, like, one time I was, this girl, what is that guy's name? Hang on a second. I'm going to think about this in a minute, for a second. Okay. All right, so here's the story. This is a while back. This girl, like, when I first started getting where you want me to trim your eyebrows? See, that's an old man thing right there. I never had that in my entire life until like I was, I don't know, like 50 years old. You want me to trim your eyebrows? At first I'd be like, no, what the hell is this? No. And then I was like, yeah, go for it. Trim them up, you know. One time this girl goes, she goes, you want me to trim your eyebrows? I said, yeah, they're getting a little out of hand. I don't want to look like Andy Rooney. She was like, I don't know who that is. She goes, is that an actor? Like, all right. I mean, Andy Rooney. That guy. I mean, it's not exactly a current reference. So I'm bringing up some shit from like a long time ago. I admit that. But the thing about it is, I feel like there's a lot of this where history starts on my 12th birthday. Anything that happened before my 12th birthday, I think there's a lot of people that fall into that category. History started on my 12th birthday. Anything that happened before that, I don't know anything about it. It's before my time, you know. It's like, yeah, I mean, the Beatles were before my time, you know. The Honeymooners were before my time, you know. The aforementioned Twilight Zone, before my time, but I know about them, you know. The Catcher in the Rye, that was before my time, but I've read it a couple times. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think there's a lot of people that's like, I don't know what that is. I have no interest in it. You know, I don't know what it is, and B, I have no interest in it, you know. I don't understand that. But Andy, I mean, that's a kind of an obscure. The guy's on 60 Minutes, like some old curmudgeonly old sack. Remember that guy? You know, he'd be on there just bitching about stuff, sort of like me, actually. Maybe I should just let my eyebrows go, and I can become the modern-day Andy Rooney. I'd like to have his success, his money, his paycheck. I don't know, but anyway. I was like, yeah, I don't want to look like Andy Rooney. She was like, is that a man? I don't know. Who, is he an astronaut or something? No, I don't know what she said. She was like, I don't know. She goes, is that an actor? I'm like, whatever. Just trim my eyebrows. It irritates me. I mean, it's like a double-edged sword, right? I belong to these groups on Facebook that are like bands that I like, old bands that basically, I don't want to say who they are, because then you can go back and, I don't know, just keep it vague, right? There are bands that I like that are considered classic rock, probably. And I joined these groups on Facebook because I'm a fan of them, and everybody on there is like stuck in the 70s, or most of the people on there are stuck in the 70s, you know, and all their references are stuff from the 70s, early 80s, you know, everything they talk about is like old, you know, and I don't want to be that way either, you know, I don't want to be that way. I want to be, I don't know. So I don't know, it's a double-edged sword. I don't like when people are just completely stuck back in those days. And I don't like when people don't know anything about those days at all because it was like before my time. Apparently, I can't be pleased. But anyway, a senior haircut at the old haircuttery. That pissed me right off. Tony and I have been watching House Hunters International. I don't know. We're at the point where there's like nothing to watch. There's like no. We watch certain types of shows, right? And there's none of them available right now. And we haven't really zeroed in on a series that we could watch. So we start watching these House Hunter Internationals on demand. We just like pick, and you go on there like that. I don't know what is it? Discovery Plus. They have like it says like House Hunters International, and it says season 127 or something. Like, what the hell's this? How many episodes of this show are there? I mean, it seems like there's thousands. House Hunters International. Thousands and thousands of episodes, it feels like. I mean, it is crazy. It's a bottomless pit. We sit and watch those things, and I don't know. These people in there, they go to like, into some small village in like Italy or something, and every one of them, without fail, we want something with charm, and we want to feel like we're living in Italy. We want to be able to absorb the local color, and then they take them to some place that's like a classic Italian, like an old Italian, which is what they said they wanted. They're like, what? Look at this kitchen. I mean, look how small this kitchen is. There's like no double sinks in the bathroom. Everybody's obsessed with double sinks. Why do you need, what are you going to be, shoulder to shoulder brushing your teeth? Do it one at a time. God, you don't need double sinks. But people are obsessed with it. What? There's no ensuite bathroom? I want a open floor plan, a open concept, Like they go in there and they want it completely Americanized, but they have this romantic vision in their head. Happens all the time. It's crazy. And some of these places that they move to, like we were watching this one where this woman was moving to India, some village basically. I mean, I don't even know. It wasn't like a big city, but it was like. She goes, I don't want to pay any more than $200 a month rent. Like she was going to rent. And I was like, $200? Oh, what the hell? Is this possible? So you should see the places. I mean, it was like unbelievable. I'm like, what in the hell? Why? Why would somebody move? She was moving from Washington, D.C. to a shack in like out in nowhere in India. It's like, what? I mean, it's like one step up from just like shitting in an open trench. You know what I mean? I mean, these places are shacks. And I mean, basically they don't have the roof is just like open. There's like spiders and shit coming through the roof and like snakes and stuff. Like, why? Why would you, why? Like it's, and then you go to then they go to these other places like Vietnam or something. You're like, that place is probably, I don't know. You have like preconceived notions. It's like all modern and sleek, big bustling cities with, if you showed it to you and say, what is this city? It's like, I don't know, Chicago. It's like, no, this is Ho Chi Minh City or whatever the hell it is, and this is Saigon or whatever. And, like, what the? I mean, it's like, I don't know. I have these people are, have preconceived notions of what these countries are like. And sometimes I'm blown away, one way or the other, Anyway, I find that fascinating. These Americans that go on there, every one of them. I want to be able to absorb the local collar. I want to be able to submerge myself, and I want to have the full, experience. And then they take them to a place where they're submerged, all right, and they're like, what the. I can't live like this. Look at the size of that refrigerator. and there's bitching. They want everything to be no walk-in closets. Like this place was built in 1712. They didn't have walk-in closets. So anyway, I find that to be, we sit there and just critique everybody. That's what we do, and comments like a running commentary. I don't know. We're watching. We just watch it. We just pick a random spot and just hit play, and then at the end of the one episode, another one starts, and you never know what country they're going to be in. That's what we're doing right now. That's what we're into. So, House Hunters International on the Discovery Plus app. Let's see, what else? I watched a Scientology documentary on HBO the other night called Going Clear. Man, that thing was kick-ass, It was kind of sad, I felt kind of bad for some of those people at the end. Especially this woman who, washed her hands of it. She was like, I've had enough of this nonsense. This is ridiculous. So she left the church, and her kids just, wrote her off. Wouldn't allow her to see the grandkids and stuff. That kind of stuff is, ridiculous, man. It's I don't even know what the hell. I don't even know what to say about that. That thing is crazy. If you're interested in anything like that, check it out. Going Clear. I think it's a few years old. It was in the news. I think the church, and I'm throwing up air quotes, went after him and tried to stop this thing from HBO from even airing it. Has all these guys in it, higher ups that used to be Scientologists and now they're not. Just telling it how it is. It's crazy, man. That thing's. If you're interested, if you're even halfway interested in that subject, you should definitely check this thing out. It's called Going Clear. It's about Scientology. It's on HBO. HBO Max is where I saw it. Man, that thing's good. And let's see, what else? I think that's enough. I had a few more things written down. We'll go into them next time. We're at the end. We're at 27 minutes. This is a good place to stop. Hope you guys have or had a great Christmas or holiday or whatever how you do it. Hope it was pleasant. Hope everything was well. Everything went well. Hope you enjoyed. I hope you have some good charred meat and all that. Whatever you do. And if you want 2 of these episodes a week instead of a measly one, and I don't know, I can't even wrap my arms around the thought of somebody only wanting one. Makes no logical sense. But anyway, if you want to double up, double down, if you want to double up or down, you can head over to patreon.com. That's Patreon, patreon.com/JeffK. Sign up for a $4 or more monthly donation, and you'll gain access to a second episode every week. Every single week. Man, that is good value. So do it today, patreon.com/JeffK. It helps me out a great deal, and, you benefit as well. Let's see what else. We're nearing the end of the old scratch-off project, the $10 scratch-off project. I think I only have 4 weeks left. Not going well, but you can check out the details on that too, the wvsr.com/scratch-off. I think I'm going to do something. I have an idea for my follow-up project. More details on that in the coming days, coming weeks. And the Surf Report Pod website, that's surfreportpod.com. That's pretty good. There's all kinds of photos and links and stuff, expanded show notes, etc., etc. So check that out, surfreportpod.com. And if you want to be in a future episode, you can do that by calling, calling the hotline, 570-290-8151. I just remembered I have one. I have a message in there. I should have used it in this episode. I think it's from Eugene. Sorry, man. I'll get you next time. It slipped my mind. Man, I need to tighten this shit up. But anyway, the number, 570-290-8151 is the number. Call me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And leave a message, ask a question, make a suggestion, whatever. And I will almost certainly use it in a future episode. So do that today. And I think that's enough. All right? Hope you guys are doing well. I will see you soon over on the Patreon side. Until then, you guys have yourselves a fine, fine day. I'll see you. Bye. End of bourbon season.